16 years later, charges have been framed against Lalu Prasad Yadav in one of the 6 fodder scam cases against him. This months after the verdict came in the Sukhram telecom scandal, again 16 years after the scam. Jayalalithaa, meanwhile, is currently appearing in a disproportionate assets case, again 16 years after the case originally began. Well, we all know the wheels of justice move slowly, but this virtually undermines the gravity of the offence.
चलिए साहब चलिए
So, 20 saal baad, are judicial delays undermining the seriousness of corruption cases, and are there actually any point when verdicts come so late? Is justice delayed, justice denied in this case, or are we glad that at least years later some action is finally being taken? Joining me now is Justice Santosh Hegde, former Karnataka Lokayukt, also member of Team Anna. I'm also joined by Prakash Javadekar, Rajya Sabha MP of the BJP. Also with me is Khushbu of the DMK and Sanjay Jha, a blogger, founder of HamaraCongress.com, who supports the Congress. Justice Santosh Hegde, as Karnataka Lokayukt, as a former Supreme Court judge, you've seen how slowly cases move, and it's not specifically corruption cases, it's just because there's a huge backlog of cases in the current judicial system. But many have pointed out, including from Team Anna, that at the end of the day, if politicians or anybody charged with corruption feels they'll go to jail for a few months and then be out for years to enjoy their ill-gotten wealth, what's the actual point?
Yeah, actually, this is the position today. Even in Karnataka as well as in other states also, I think the prevention of corruption cases take 10 years to come for trial in the first court. I think it is causing a lot of problem because in prevention of corruption cases, if the trial is not over in a year or two, it is no more a deterrent. People just don't bother about it because after fortnight or a month they get a bail and they come out. Thereafter, if it's after 10 years, the first court is going to take up the trial. Trial will go on for another 4-5 years. Nobody's bothered about it and all because by the time you can buy the witnesses, turn them hostile or even threaten them, they may not survive also. Therefore, I think the judicial system should find a way by which criminal trials especially, should be concluded very fast.
Khushbu, if you can come in here, because you remember, of course, the whole argument when there was resistance amongst, when the law minister also made the point that, even politicians who are charged with corruption must get bail in the normal process. There was one section who felt that don't give them bail because the whole judicial process is so slow, a verdict will take so long, that at least this way we know that they will be punished for their alleged crime. You didn't agree with that. And what's your take when you see cases which are taken up to 16 years? We've seen what happened in the Sukhram case when he was convicted and then because of his age, his sentence was suspended.
Yes, I definitely feel that until unless you're proved by the law, you cannot be arrested. Of course, the trial should start. Judiciary system should work in a way where you have to speed up the amount of time they take in solving a problem and solving a case. But I definitely feel that you don't need to arrest the person. It's not about who is on a high strata, who belongs to a political party, or it's any common man who has been arrested or been charged with any kind of criminality. I think you need to give them that benefit of doubt where you charge a case, you FIR, you let the court trial start, but then you don't arrest them until unless you're not proved. Because what has happened is when you look at it recently, what has happened in Tamil Nadu about Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, 21 years, all of them have served their jail period, and then you talk about giving them a capital punishment. So what was the 21 years of life they have lived in jail? That itself is quite a big punishment to them, a lifelong imprisonment they had. and then you talk about giving them a capital punishment. I think that 20 years long period, or whatever has happened in Madam Jayalalitha's case, where after 16 years the trial has started, or what has started now about Lalu Prasad Yadav, after 16 years you're talking about the scam. I think that is something which needs to really be speeded up. And what Mr. Santosh Hegde rightly said, the first time the case comes to a court for the first trial, it takes 10 years. I think that's a time which needs to speed up. But I think it's all because the amount of backlog we have in the judiciary system.
The NDTV news app had redefined the entire genre. Now, another market beater. It's already hit #1.
NDTV Profit, India's #1 finance app. Download free at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Live stream of NDTV Profit, market news, and your easy-to-manage portfolio. Download now, ndtvprofit.com/apps.